This is Little Scribe, and I have Yaba P. Matt with us today, and we'll just refer to him as Matt for
Thank
the
you.
interview, as that is your given name. So, Matt, thanks so much for being with us today. Can you see and hear me okay? Is everything looking good on your end?
Yeah, everything looks and sounds perfect, and thank you for having me.
And thanks for taking time out of your, I'm sure, very busy schedule to come and talk to us about mainly the gameplay. But if we digress now and then, I will not complain. So,
Sure.
the first thing that I wanted to do was personally thank you for the sheer enjoyment that I've had for the last like 3 months of my life. And I have listened to the interview that Andrarchy gave of you and Aggroed a couple of months ago when you first started out. And it was just so invigorating because everything he nailed in there, I was like, yes, 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 I know. It's exactly like that. Like, it's kind of like an SMT, but not quite. And also this and also that. Like, he just nailed everything. But today, we're going to cover some of the holes that we'd like to fill with regards to the game mechanics. And again, preface everyone, it is in alpha. We're in alpha. This is the phase where you test it out on your users and on the owners of the game and the staff, and you kind of vet it out and see what works and what doesn't. But for the time being, we have sort of a blueprint of how things are looking, and I think we're pretty happy. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling very good. I appreciate the disclaimer, though, because the gameplay isn't even at alpha yet. We're pre-alpha.
Oh,
So,
pre-alpha. That's great. Pre-alpha. We're in pre-alpha, guys. This is kind of an awesome experience then for me to be interviewing Matt during pre-alpha. So the first question I actually want to know is how many hours of sleep do you get a night?
that's funny. I was literally just talking to Agrode before coming on with you that I have not been getting enough, and I think I'm starting to get a cold.
Me too. I'm in the same boat. I'm usually really resilient, but I'm like so jam-packed that I'm staying up too late at night and I'm paying for it.
Yeah, I get like really into a zone when I'm working on this stuff, and I love it. Like I've literally wanted to do this exact thing since I was a little kid. And
Wow.
then I lose track of time, and then I
Yes.
finally get ready to go to bed, and my wife goes, "Oh, we're supposed to watch whatever TV show tonight." I'm like, "Oh man!" And
My
so we
husband's
watch
the
it.
same way. Like the other night it was the Avengers, I forget, some Avengers movie, and I wanted to
Oh,
see it,
nice.
but I'm like, I'm so tired. But it was awesome. It was worth it. So
Yeah, and the other night we watched The Wolf of Wall Street. It's like a 3 hour movie. Yeah, I did not, I didn't check. You just assume like, oh,
bad
it's 2 hours
decision.
max. Oh man, that was yeah. So I need to get to sleep. Yeah, I can hear you, but
Okay.
I can't see the video.
Well, that's okay. We'll just keep going. Now, you bring up another point, which is that you've loved this since you were a kid. And I think it's really awesome because you know you're in the right field when you're feeling like you're at play. I mean, obviously it's hard work, don't get me wrong, but time passes quickly when you're doing what you love.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And when I maybe like 9 or 10 years old, I wanted to make my own video game. So that's when I started to learn how to do programming. And then I went to college for computer science. When I graduated, and I live in the Philadelphia area, it's not really known as a gaming hub so much. So, I did like financial, consulting type work and all sorts of other things. It still wasn't like the type of games that I actually love to play myself. So this is kind of the first time I'm really doing that, and it's awesome.
So basically, you're sort of living your childhood dreams. I mean, it's like that. Like it's like you're kind of experiencing all of the little fantasies that you had as a kid making games, right?
Yeah, it totally is. Although I didn't fantasize about the not sleeping part and all the
No.
other crazy stuff, but yeah, the actual game design and being able to make my own cards and the abilities and how the game works and all that stuff, and it's not just that; it's also how excited and involved the entire community is. Because if you're building something and no one cares about it, that just kind of like sucks. So when you're building something and people are really interested and excited about it and they have all these questions and they have all these ideas, it just makes it so much more fun.
I love that you say that, and you still can't see me, right?
I mean, I can see you, but it's just frozen on one image.
Oh, that's nice. That's
It's not like a bad one. Sometimes it picks like the worst possible face. So you got
yeah,
lucky there.
I kind of have like this puckered lemon thing going on. Well, now I just have your face showing, so I am just gonna go with that, and maybe we may just have to make this audio.
Okay, sure, whatever.
Okay, so the other cool thing that I really love about this is that, I mean, and then we'll jump into the mechanics, but do you kind of feel like it was almost more than serendipitous that you and Agrode got together? Because look at this. He's a top witness on this blockchain that's a bit revolutionary as far as functionality. Like the use case for this blockchain is extremely social. I mean, it's not just a coin, but it's a social platform. And then you come in with this game idea, and you said you've always wanted to build a game on a blockchain. I mean, what better than to do it on this blockchain where you've already got the network set up, everybody's already friends, everybody's already kind of geeky and likes online card games. And I mean, it's just like the perfect recipe. Did you sort of see the writing on the wall, or did it just like dawn on you one day?
No, I didn't see the writing. I mean, I kind of saw the writing on the wall for a general blockchain-based trading card game because I just, like you said, the communities there overlap tremendously, and then also, you know, there's a ton of people that just have all this new like money in cryptocurrencies that would probably, you know, put it into a game like this. So when I met up with Agrode, you know, we had worked together online, but when we first met up in person, when he was coming through the Philly area back, you know, at the end of 2017, I just kind of mentioned it. We were just talking, you know, about whatever, and I was like, I really want to do this blockchain-based trading card game. And I was even looking into making my own blockchain potentially.
Right, because it's so much fun reinventing the wheel, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think it was really possible on the Steem blockchain.
Oh, that's right, because there were
Yeah.
some limitations, because you had a lot of different complex little things that you would need to program in, and you weren't sure if they were going to show up, right?
Well, yeah, it's not like Ethereum in that you can't write your own smart contracts on the Steem blockchain. So I didn't at the time know, you know, everything I know now about what you can actually do on the Steem blockchain. We use what's called soft consensus, which is it's sort of like having a smart contract layer that runs on top of the Steem blockchain. So
And that's where the 21 top witnesses come in, because they really decide the consensus of the blockchain through their...
Right, so they decide the core blockchain, which doesn't support anything like steemmonsters or anything like that. So, you know, it's what we've done is we've made the steemmonsters code run on top of the blockchain.
Oh.
So it's like in addition to what they're doing, which is, you know, something that I only learned about since having started this project. And it's something that I feel like most people really don't understand, and it's really not, you know, promoted or even used that much. But I think it really opened my mind to what's possible on the Steem blockchain.
My question is, what does that even mean? Can you layperson that for me somehow?
Yeah, I'll try, and I'm not always the best at this. So the idea is like whether or not the blockchain itself, you know, validates whether, you know, a transaction is correct or valid. So you think about something like Bitcoin. If I tried to send you 100 Bitcoin and I don't have 100 Bitcoin, you know, it's just going to reject that transaction. It's not going to get included into the blockchain. And, you know, so in steemmonsters, you know, I could put a transaction on the Steem blockchain that says, I'm going to send you all the gold legendary cards, even if I don't actually have those cards. The Steem blockchain and the top witnesses that are running the code and making the blocks, they don't know anything about steemmonsters or who has what cards or what's a valid transaction or not. So I can publish that to the blockchain. It'll get put on the blockchain and be there. So what soft consensus is means that even though all these transactions will be on the blockchain, it's just the community all agrees that only certain ones are valid and certain ones are invalid in the context of steemmonsters.
I mean, which community are you referring to? Did you have to build your own, like, witness community?
Yeah,
Or...
so I mean, right now the community is basically steemmonsters.com.
And so when I
Um,
think of that, I think of just like the protocol that you wrote for the marketplace, essentially.
right. So, but the thing is, so we basically run, you can call it a node on steemmonsters.com, which takes all the transactions on the Steam blockchain, finds all the ones that are related to Steam Monsters, and says, yes, this one's valid, no, this one's not valid, based on the rules that we have proposed.
Okay.
And as far as I know, we're the only ones doing that right now. But the idea, since it's decentralized, is that anyone else can do that also. They can run their own Steam Monsters node.
Actually, sorry to interrupt, but that would beg the question of, because you have people like Steam Peak with Peak Monsters, they're running the same protocol. Asgarth has set that up so that it matches the protocol of the market that you guys have. So wouldn't that be a separate node?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they're relying on our node for the most part to
Okay.
get the information.
They're
They're
just
not
like
separately. Like,
just-
every witness node on the Steam blockchain, they store their own copy of all the transactions in the history of the Steam blockchain. So
Okay.
Steam Peak, as far as I know, is not doing that. They're relying on our node for that. But they could. And at some point in the future, I hope that lots of people will be running Steam Monsters nodes.
Yeah, I see it becoming decentralized. I mean, and I see them taking on another node. And when you have people like 007 who's gifting a $2,000 Frost Giant Gold card to someone, that's extremely decentralizing. And I think that's only good for the platform. I mean, he could have kept that all to himself, but he's a top gold owner and he's going to want to share. He sees the longevity here.